What happens when you disagree with a special education evaluation? Well, I worked with a school that recently said they would just reevaluate rather than provide the IEE. You see, the family didn't agree with the outcome. The evaluation was like 10 pages long, and they didn't test in all the suspected areas. And the one person multidisciplinary team, well, that's enough said. They wrote an email. So the family wrote an email and stated that we disagreed with the outcome and they asked for an IEE. What was the district's response? First, they required that the parent explain why they disagreed. Then they said they would just reevaluate in those areas that were missed. And then finally, they told the family that there could only be one assessment in one area. So, for example, they could do an academic test, but not a psychological, or they could do speech, but they couldn't do cognitive. At this point, I stepped in and told the district that there was only two responses they could do when asking for, or they could provide when asking for an IE. They can either fund it or they can file for due process. But they cannot reevaluate. They cannot require the parents to provide an explanation. And they cannot limit the IEE to one assessment. I sent them a few OSUP letters as well. Letter to Carol from 2016 and letter to Boss from 2015. What happened from there? Well, the IE was provided and funded, and the student was found eligible. Amazing when we do the right thing the right way.